Hello. Am I live? Let me check. I don't know if I'm live, everybody. I'm getting used to figuring this stuff out, so give me a moment. Please, team. Please. 1 second. Planet Ant, Planet Ant. And it says we're live. Am I live? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, everybody. Is anybody there? It's not showing up on. Let me try and refresh this page and see what happens. Oh, we are live. There it is. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. It says we're live. The stream health is good, right? Yeah, look at that. Hey, everybody. I don't know if there's anybody here right now. Um, there it is. It showed up now. Oh, I'm gonna turn my volume down. I'm gonna share the stream really quick via the socials. Oh, I got a call. Well, hang on 1 second. Hey, hello.
Yeah, you on the air?
Yeah, who am I talking to?
You're talking to the only man who'd be talking to you on 316 Day. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold
What?
Steve Austin is already
What?
here. Wow,
What?
you sound aggressive.
God damn it there, son. It's 316 Day. That's Stone Cold's day.
That
And
makes
let me
sense.
tell you what, son. There's only one way that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to celebrate. He's going to celebrate, what? With a beer. What? He 2 beers. What? God damn, he's going to open up a whole can of whoop-ass on the coronavirus.
So you're single-handedly going to take down the coronavirus, Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to do a little more than, what? Take on the coronavirus. What? He ain't going to do a corona. What? He's going to open up a Steve Weiser. What? Maybe a can of whoop-ass. What? Maybe do a stunner.
A Steve Weiser, a whoop ass, and a stunner. That's exciting. So wait, is 316? I didn't even think about it. So that's like your actual holiday then.
That's right, because you know what they say, not just March 16th, it's 316, like Austin 316, and Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Man, I am intimidated, and I got a whole quarantine and phone line separating us. How are you dealing with the whole social distancing thing, Mr. Steve Austin?
Well, goddamn there, son. You think Stone Cold Steve Austin's gonna run away from a little disease? What? I faced The Undertaker. I took on The Rock. I whipped Vince McMahon's ass all over Stanford at WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin ain't afraid of nothing.
I commend you for not being afraid of anything. That's a pretty impressive feat. I myself, I'm scared of things all the time, and it's people like you that I look up to because of this reality. Is there anything special you're doing to celebrate your holiday?
Doing the same thing I do every Monday night. I'm going to go out, have me a couple beers, and look to stop a mud hole in some sorry son of a bitch. I'm going all down the neighborhood. Mick Foley, what? Stone Cold Stunner. Bret Hart, What? Let me tell you what. You put the letter S in front of Hitman, you have my exact opinion of Bret Hart.
Oh, you don't like Bret Hart. You know,
Not one goddamn bit. And I'll
some
tell you what, he
some
put me in
people
the shirt.
some people
What?
would. I'm just saying, some people would credit Bret the Hitman Hart with the development of the modern age of wrestling. Would you disagree with that?
I disagree 110% because it was Stone Cold Steve Austin whipping ass every Monday night that developed the modern age of professional
Hey,
wrestling.
I agree with you, buddy. I would credit you with much more than we would credit Mr. Hart, for sure. What's
Well,
Do you have any favorite memories that you want to share with the stream? You know, we're all cooped up in our houses here, and we're trying to, I guess, find some stuff to distract us from the impending pandemic and possible end of the world. Maybe some stories would help us. You got one for us?
God damn it there, son. I remember it was me and Jake the Snake Roberts at King of the Ring 96, and he's looking at me talking about his Psalms. He's talking about John 3:16. I told him it's Austin 3:16 that's going to whip his ass. And I told him he can look at me all he wants with them beady little eyes. He ain't nothing but a piece of trash in Stone Cold's ring.
All right. Well, that's pretty damn impressive, and I think this is a pretty incredible way to start off the stream. I really didn't think I didn't think I'd be getting any calls for a little while. I thought I would be monologuing a little bit about what's going on, but I'm surprised pleasantly, Mister Stone Cold. Can I call you Mister Stone Cold?
You call me Austin
I
3:16.
apologize, Austin 316, Mister or just Austin.
Listen up. You sound like a little smartass to me. I'm going to go down there, kick in the door, give you a double finger, and Stone Cold Stunner. Oh, hell yeah.
Let me ask the chat. Hey, anybody in the chat? You
What?
guys have any questions? Anybody in the chat? You want me to ask Stone Cold Steve Austin 316? You want me to ask him any questions while we got him on the line? We have.
Give me some goddamn questions there, son.
I'm trying to get him. I think there's about a 10-second delay on the stream, so my prompt. Okay. Graham Hollister asks, "Where did the stunner move come from?"
Where did the stunner move come from? It's from when you're in the ring and you're picking up all that extra courage deep down
Right.
inside. Because, see, they call me the rattlesnake because I'll take a bite out of you, son. I show no mercy. And let me tell you something, Graham. When you're in my ring, your ass is mine. Now,
Wow.
does that answer your question?
I think that answers the question from my perspective. I'll see if Graham has a response. But also, we have another question from Alex Bergmans. Alex Bergmans asks, "How many beers is too many to drink at once?"
Goddamn there, son. I'd take me a whole case of Steve Weisers.
Steve
What?
Weisers.
Down them
Hold on.
all. I'm down in one beer. What? Down in two beers. What? And let me tell you what, Alex Bergsman, you can come into Stone Cold's ring. You can drink your beer, your little margarita, your little wine cooler. But when Stone Cold Steve Austin has a couple of Steve Weisers in him, he's going to take a hold of you and throw you across the room like the piece of trash you are.
So yeah, Alex, that is the answer for how many beers is too many to drink at once. Okay, Chunky Brewster is asking, Stone Cold, a bird pooped on my truck. Can you kill all birds for me?
God damn it, son. I go up to the bird. I give him the double bird. I break its little bird neck, stomp a mud hole dry, hop into my pickup truck, run its sorry ass over, and give it the finger a couple more times. Now, does that answer a question for you there, Chuckster?
I think that answers Mr. Chunky Brewster's question. So you're
Last
gonna.
bird I seen that looked at me cross-eyed, I took it and I threw it across the window, and I said, "What? You think you're gonna what? Fly away? What? You ain't nothing."
Wow. Well, I am glad that you are showing those birds who is boss. That's
God damn it, son. It doesn't matter if it's Tweety Bird. What? If it's a bald eagle. What? If it's a parakeet. What? If it's goddamn 2K and Sam, I'll friggin' break its neck, rip its eye holes out, and take a shit on its chest.
Wow,
What?
that is a bold move, and I am impressed with your confidence, Mister the Rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold.
Goddamn, son, I once took a goddamn bird and bit its head off just to be funny at Christmas time.
At Christmas
Because I
time,
wanted to prove a point to goddamn Santa Claus.
you guys heard it here first. Mister Stone Cold Steve Austin once bit a bird's head off at Christmas time to be funny to Santa Claus. I believe I'm getting
God
that right.
damn it. I'll tell you what there, St. Nick. You ain't nothing but a fat piece of trash. I don't care if you're Santa Claus or if you're Goldberg. What? Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to take your presents, unwrap them, and beat you over the skull with them. What?
Wow. Well, Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin, thank you so much for being the
God
opening
damn
call
it,
on this stream. It's tough out here, and I think that you're giving the people what they want, which is what you've always done. So I commend you for that.
It doesn't matter if it's WrestleMania or if it's Sunday Night Heat, because when Stone Cold steps through the arena into the ring, gives the middle finger and drinks a couple of beers, he's got a million fans chanting him on. And let me tell you what, Vince McMahon, you can try to stomp the rattlesnake out all you want, but it's Austin 316 that's going to be carrying the championship belt. What?
Well, Mr. Austin 316, thank you so much for the call. You mind if I open the phone lines up for some other folks?
Yeah, let me say one thing.
Absolutely.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Now give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stone Cold, I heard your friends over at Hot Talent Buffet are cooking up some wonderful pieces of art. You got anything to say about that?
Well, let me tell you something about the Hot Talent Buffet. They're the hottest tag team going on in wrestling. What? In comedy. What? In improv today. So what I want you to do is, what? Take your little mouse. What? Take your little iPhone. What? Take your little iPad. What? Like them on Facebook. What? Subscribe to them on Instagram. What? And subscribe to them on YouTube and like every video.
Well, I will encourage everybody to do that. You heard it from Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin,
What?
316 himself. Go check out Hot Talent Buffet on all the social medias, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the old YouTubes. Subscribe to their stuff, and you can get some amazing comedic content from some of your favorites. Thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, buddy. All right, I'm going to open up the lines to somebody else. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon, Austin. 316.
Yeah.
Wow, that is the hell of a way to start this stream off. Neither can I, Graham. I can't believe we got Stone Cold up top either. You guys, before anybody else calls in, give me a second. I'm not gonna answer a call for a second because I want to say a handful of things. We are cooped up in our houses trying to be safe right now. Bars are closed. Planet Ant, our doors are shut. Ghostlight stores are shut, and that sucks. It sucks a lot. And I know a lot of us are trying to figure out what to do without that creative outlet that we've relied on and just had available to us, myself included. It's been tough. But yesterday, Devin Rose and I, Andy Reid, and myself decided to attempt this live call-in show of our podcast, Homerphilia. And we were planning on going, 45 minutes to an hour, a normal podcast length. And we ended up here for 2.5 hours, and you guys did not stop calling. And after the show, we really felt a lot better. And a lot of you that participated said that it gave you some sense of normalcy and connection to this community that feels a little bit distant right now. So here I am doing this live call-in thing again. But I also want to let you know that we are we're working on having some live stream content every night. We have some wonderful stuff from Jason Pedersen and Ellen and myself tomorrow. We're gonna do some stuff Wednesday. We're gonna do some variation of Thursday Night Live on Thursday. Alex and Adam are doing some variation of something on Friday. So we're really working to try to make that void a little bit smaller. And there's a lot to figure it out. We're going to have our technical blunders. We're going to have our scheduling issues and all that stuff. But we're really excited about this. And we are not going to let little end of the world pandemic slow us down. And thank you for that. We really... we forget sometimes, but Planet's a nonprofit, and our job is to hear our community and listen to what you guys want, and find a way to make it happen. That's what you guys have trusted us to do. That's my job. That's my entire job is to hear your ideas about what you care about and your creative passions and find a way to make it happen. And in this moment, this might be what it looks like for a minute, because we don't know. We don't know how long this is going to take to blow over, to open the doors again. But when it does, we will be back, and we will hit the ground running, and we will be back to programming the weirdest and best things out there. But bear with us, and don't isolate. You might have to be home. You might be alone, but we're here. I'm here. If you need somebody to talk to, reach out. I know I speak for myself and the rest of the staff here at Planet Ant. We're here for you. We got another call. So we're gonna see what's going on. Hello, caller. You are on the air. Who do we got?
I'm gonna cut to the chase. Suck my dick, you fucking whore.
Wow, that's exciting. You sound a little bit aggressive. That guy sounded aggressive. If you're gonna prank the show, at least stick around for a minute and have a conversation with me. I don't know why you want your dick sucked, guy. If you want to talk about it, I'm here for you, buddy. But that being said, I think that call is the perfect way to really round out that impassioned emotional plea I just gave you all. I'm going to reopen up these lines. Again, we don't have a call screener, so if you want to prank the show, go for it. You're going to look a lot dumber than I am, though. I can promise you that, buddy. The number's on the bottom corner of the screen. Sadie, the number is now there. I had the number pulled for a second because I was trying to give a little bit of a update there on what's going on. Yeah, unfortunately, Planet's closed for a minute. But we're not going to stop. Hey, we got another call. Hello, caller. You are on the air.
Planet's closed for a minute.
Hey, turn your radio down. There's a little bit of a delay on the stream, so you're there.
Got it.
Who do I got? Who do we got here?
Oh, you got Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie. How's it going?
It's going good. I was mad that I couldn't hear you earlier on my computers.
Yeah, so everybody, this is Sadie Qualioto. Did I say it right for the first time in my life?
You kind of did. It's Qualioto.
Qualioto. That's what I thought. But everybody, this is Planet Ant's marketing director, Sadie. So welcome, Sadie. We were practicing our responsible tendencies today, and we had our Monday staff meeting via Google Hangouts.
I haven't seen anybody in days. I'm lonely.
I'm lonely as well. I was lucky yesterday with the Homerphilia stream going the way it did. I got to see Andy and Devin, and we got to hang out and have a little bit of we got to do some bits, which is the lifeblood of improvisers.
You guys were actually really funny last night. I
Really?
was watching it just laying around, and I was laughing really hard. And it did feel. That's why I was excited when we talked today, and you said you were going to do this because I work from home all the time.
Yeah.
So I look forward to our meeting on Monday because I see people.
I agree with you on that one. It was brutal. I wanted to do it. I really did want to do it today. I was going to go in and meet with anybody who wanted to, but then I was like, I don't want to be the reason somebody gets sick.
So my boyfriend works for a company where he has to fly places all the time.
Yeah.
Last Monday, they told him Monday he had to leave Tuesday. And I'm like, this is when everything picked up. I'm like, you can't fly places. And so he flew and got back Friday. And so we've just been laying low
Oh,
because who
that's
knows?
yeah. Who knows? And it's that's what we're learning is asymptomatic transmission. It seems to be possible, which is a little bit scary.
Supposedly,
But hopefully we
Heidi Klum has it, and I'm very upset about this.
really. I mean, I'm not super worried about rich people because they'll be fine.
I really like Heidi Klum.
I like Heidi Klum also, I do, but I'm much more worried about like the little old grandma who lives down the corner from me or something like that. And I think that's who we're trying to protect with all these precautions that we're taking. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say something along the lines of, it's not going to kill me, so I'm not going to live in fear or whatever. But I think people are missing the point that it's not about living in fear. It's about, taking responsible action, which I'm glad to hear that you and Matt are doing.
Yeah.
What surprises you most about this self-distancing kind of scenario? Is there anything that you expected to be difficult that's easy, or you expected to be easy that was difficult?
Okay, so you know how like you go out and you're always like, oh my God, I can't wait to get home,
All
or
the
like
time.
you'll sit at home and be like,
Amen.
I'm just
Yes.
stressed and I don't want to go out right now. All I'm like is like, oh God, now it's taken away and it's all I want to do.
I agree with you. I have a I'm like you. I start my day pretty early, and so a lot of the folks around the ant know I kind of duck out. 10, 11 p.m.'s pushing it for me, but I'm a morning.
I was up
morning
late last
bird.
night because I have nothing to do.
Yeah, me too. I've
Also,
been watching.
I go to the gym every day. I'm a gym person.
Which those are closed now too, right? Am I right about
Yes,
that?
my trainer is done because nobody can. But yesterday we decided that was irresponsible, and then the Planet Fitness closed down at 3:00 today.
Yeah.
And then I do this thing called Class Pass, and I go spinning, and they're closed.
Wow.
So I brought my old weights up from the basement. I'm going to be working out on my deck tomorrow.
That's great. Like I got like a prison yard image of you just out there, just like pumping.
That's
iron.
exactly. I'm going to be jumping on boxes and throwing weights by myself. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're finding some creative solutions. I know it's difficult too. I don't know. I was today even. I live across the street from a gas station, so I will often go and grab one little grocery thing or something like that. But today even I walked across the street and I was like, is this okay? Is this safe? Because I don't know.
Were there a lot of people there?
Not really, but I just think of everybody. I think one of the things that we kind of take for granted is, like doorknob cleanliness and stuff like that. And I think at a place like a gas station where, even if it's not super populated, I just think of all the hands that touch stuff,
The last time I left the house, I brought Clorox wipes with me and wiped every door handle in public places like a crazy person.
I got a bunch of these bad boys sitting around my house. I got lucky and I stocked up on these disinfecting wipes and hand sanitizer and different cleaning products a few weeks back now, which was completely by chance. It was one of those like, I'm gonna be cleaner and clean my house all the time situations, but now I'm really glad that I did.
I'm OCD, so I always have them. I like who just said I have resigned to being fat, because let me tell you, first of all, I am fat, and second of all, I can't stop eating. That's the other thing. I think I'm so anxious, so I just keep stuffing my face.
Yeah, I am there with you. I got I've been putting my snacks like trail mix and nuts and little cookies in mason jars to try and portion them better. To split them up so I don't take the whole bag of ginger snaps.
Okay, Matt did the same thing last night. I've never done that before.
I don't know. I don't know where I picked it up, but it's it's like the cereal thing. If I open a box of cereal on my couch, I'm just gonna keep going. But if I portion it out, popcorn. See, I don't love popcorn. I'll eat popcorn because I'm a glutton for just eating, snacking. But popcorn's not like I'm much more worried about chocolate chips are rough for me. I will eat a bag of chocolate
I'm
chips.
vegan. I don't get to eat any of that fun stuff.
Well, I don't know. That's a choice. What
This
is
is true.
is there any chocolate? Can you eat like bitter chocolate or anything like super
You
dark
can
chocolate?
eat dark chocolate.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I get
And
the
Oreos. I did buy Oreos.
That's not vegan, is it?
They are.
Oreos
are
are vegan?
100% vegan.
Hey, chat, don't say you never learned anything here, because now we know that if you're vegan, you can eat Oreos.
You
Do you
can
eat
them all day.
do you eat the double stuffed Oreos or the regular ones?
I bought double stuffed. I've never bought them before, but I thought, why not?
I agree with you.
It's end times. We might as well go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic. I know we joke about end times and stuff, but part of me, I think that this, not to get too serious, but I kind of feel like there's a chance that this, I don't know, there's a chance society could surprise me here, and people could be responsible and do the right thing, and this can be a big learning moment and a turning point.
I am endlessly hopeful, and I actually think we're all going to be okay in the end. I think it's going to be worse before it gets better.
Yeah, for
sure. I think it's going to be a lot worse, but then it's going to be fine. I mean, we'll see. But, I think it for us and for Planet Ant and for Hip in Detroit and for all these, cultural things around the area, I think it shows their importance, and I think it shows, everybody's always posting online, why should we be paying for artists, or, why should I pay for somebody's art degree?
Man,
because art is, if you didn't have Netflix right now, what would you guys be doing?
I agree.
I don't mean to break it to you, but that's art.
It blows my mind. I find myself in this conversation more often than not, and I'm not mad at people for having, a narrow perspective of art. But I think that there is a flawed thinking that people think that the free community theater is like the pinnacle of what supporting the arts means, and a lot of people don't see that, a place like Planet Ant, a place like Go, a place like any of the music venues around town, these aren't the goal destinations. These are the vital stepping stones for people to get to that level of mainstream entertainment. And without places like these, mid-tier local performance venues and arts organizations and stuff like that, there isn't a path to that next step.
I mean, even if it's not to that next step, I'm very happy in this realm. I love local stuff. To me, you can try crazy things. It's different.
And you can speak to a more, you can, if you go to Second City in Chicago, their main stage shows are all going to be national commentary because they have a national audience. You're not going to get a show. I'm not trying to die hard plug all the Planet Ant stuff in the world right now, but you're not going to get a Detroit musical outside of a place like Planet Ant. It's a brilliant show, but it's topical and it's to this local community. And there's, frankly, there's not a giant market internationally or the inside jokes for the Detroiter in you, or they're just going to fly over your head if you see the Detroit musical in whatever, Topeka, Kansas or something like that. But I think that's one of the things that local art can really do is
I have a question for you, and I feel like you might be the person to answer it.
I hope I am.
Was there a Second City in Detroit?
There was a lot of Second Cities. There's Sean Hanlon is alum of Second City Detroit Main Stage. Margaret Ebertowski, Keegan, Mike McGettigan. All these people that you.
But was it next to the Fox Theater at some point where the Hockey Town place is?
It was where I think it's City Theater now is the stage, and then they moved to before closing. They moved to, I think it was Northville or Nova, one of those places. But they moved briefly. And then they closed. But Second City really, it scaled back. They were open in places in, they had Toronto, they had Detroit, they had Chicago, they had LA, they had New York, and they had a handful of others around the country. I'm not the foremost expert on Second City by any stretch of the imagination, but they scaled back, and I believe now they are. Oh, they also had the cruise ships. They had the Norwegian cruise lines. That's why if you ever talk to Sean Hanlon, ask him about his cruise ship days, because he was doing Second City cruises for a while.
That's so cool. So I think I saw the Vagina Monologues there.
Yeah? I don't know.
And I've been trying to figure it out for a long time, and I think that's where it was. I was probably 17.
Yeah, I mean that's where like like Mark Evan Jackson was another one who was in Second City Detroit. I mean like almost all these folks around here. Quentin is another one.
Oh, I like
I
him.
mean the vast yeah me too. He's one of the he's national treasure. Quentin Hicks. But yeah, I mean it's pretty remarkable. Really the Planet Ant improv the Planet Ant improv colony was really born of the Second City folks. And there's a lot of gray history to it all, but it was really, our style's very similar to the Second City style of improv and comedy because of that influence. We've bridged away a little bit, but it's definitely in that school of thought. And that's why so many Planet Ant. I mean, that's why so many Planet Ant alum have had tons of success in that Second City style of performance, because I mean we really focus on not that I want to give an improv lecture or anything like that, but a lot of Planet Ant improv focuses a lot on the one-on-one relationships and connections and things of that nature. And that's a little bit different than some other styles of improv that focus more on finding games and things like that. And that's definitely a reductionist answer. And there's a ton of overlap as these next generations really blur the lines between not just improv, but improv and stand-up and improv and drama and, musical stuff. I saw a serious improv set recently, and it was weird but awesome. And it's pretty interesting. It's an exciting time.
It is interesting.
But yeah, the Second City of Detroit was alive and well. I mean, I think that was...
Jared wants you to bring the Detroit musical to Topeka.
To Topeka? Let's start a GoFundMe, and if we raise enough money to overcome the losses due to the lack of audience, I'm completely into it.
I love it.
Anybody else?
All right, I'm going to let somebody else call in, but I just wanted to say hi to you since I couldn't talk to you earlier.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I'm glad that you called. And everybody, if you have any marketing needs, or you have any pictures from Planet Ant, or if you have yourself in a Planet Ant shirt or anything like that.
I do want pictures of people in shirts.
Yeah, we're looking for pictures of people in shirts. So if you have a Planet Ant shirt, take a picture of yourself wearing it and shoot it over to Sadie, and that's just Sadie at planetant.com, right?
That's me.
And
all right, good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's great
to talk to you.
Thanks for calling in. We'll be here until people stop calling. All right, see you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Oh, man. Sadie Qualioto, I think I'm going to say it right this time. Hey, chat, you guys have any questions for me regarding anything? I'm here for serious conversation. I'm here for jokes. I'm here for, you want to play an improv game? You want to do a monologue on the phone and have me act it out? I'll do it. I will do it. If the coronavirus, Mahmoud says, if the coronavirus is a character in an improv show, what would the character look like? I'm picturing a kind of like a balloon with some spikes on it. Maybe it's like a punk rock virus. Maybe it's got like a studded sleeveless jean jacket and like a big balloon head with some pointy things coming out of it. That's what I picture when I think of the coronavirus. Maybe it's like a teenage angst scene where the coronavirus is he's trying to go against authority. That's kind of the scene I would. Okay, Jared says it's a drag queen 100%, and I immediately now am changing my interpretation to agree with Jared's interpretation because I like that a lot more. See, that's what improv's about. Big choices, people. But yeah, in all seriousness, I'm here for whatever you want me to be here for. I got another call. Hopefully, let's see who it is. Hey, caller, you are here. Who do we got on the line? You got to turn your thing down. There's a little bit of a delay on the stream, so you might not. Anybody who calls in, you might not realize you're here.
This is your dad.
This is my dad?
This is your dad.
Oh, it is my dad. I thought it was somebody fucking with me. Oh my God. Ken Shelton, everybody.
Hey. So you were talking about food. So I did go. I did go shopping today, and if you want, I can stop by and give you 2 items of what I picked up today.
Do I get to see the items,
dropped
or
off.
is it like a cruel game where I have to pick a number or something?
No, you can't see what they are, but I could stop over and drop them off. And
Hey, I'm gonna ask the chat something, and then let me get back to you really quick. So, you guys, if you don't know, my dad Ken Shelton, he was there at the very beginning of the Planet Ant Coffee Shop. So, if you got any questions for him, I'll ask him one or two if you guys can type them out real quick. If I know my dad, I don't think he's gonna want to hang out on the phone that long. But if we get him telling a story, we might have him for days. So what's your day look like in coronavirus quarantine?
Well, actually, I was thinking about going to the grocery store because I listened to Donald Trump yesterday, and it made me very anxious because the guy is just kind of off the wall.
Oh, you can say
anyway,
it. You got.
knows.
I think you got the right crowd. You're not going to piss anybody off by talking shit about Donald Trump here.
But anyway, he went on to talk about the grocery stores and how don't worry, don't go out buying things because we've got the best supply chain in the world. So I thought at that point, since he's saying that, I better go out to the store and buy something.
Yeah.
Because
right.
He's telling me not to. But so I woke up and I thought, well, maybe I should go to the store. And then I went out to my car and it wouldn't start. The battery was dead. And I thought, well, wait a minute. What does that mean? Something like I shouldn't go to the store?
Yeah.
So it made me think some more. But I did go after all.
So did you get it? What was it like there? What was the scene like at the grocery store?
It was scary. It was a little bit weird. It was Aldi's and in Lincoln Park over there. And they had limits on things, limits on eggs, limits on flour, limits on milk, limits on canned goods.
Yeah.
Like you could buy four canned items, but not like of the same kind, but four. If you wanted.
I was yesterday. I went over. So for those of you listening, I am at my home over here in River Rouge, which, if you don't know, is the first thing south of Detroit over here. And my parents live a couple blocks away from me over here as well. So we're down here in this side of the world. I stopped in that Dollar Tree yesterday because Bart and I were America's Bart Dangus, and we were working on some screen printing stuff, and we needed to get sponges. And we decided we were going to run over to the dollar store hoping they'd have some there. I was pretty blown away with the amount of stuff they had right there at the Dollar Tree place. It blew my mind, after seeing the pictures of all the grocery stores around. So maybe I don't think they have any limits over there. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely, even in that store, there was an aura of, you could see everybody like in line, like looking around, like don't get too close to me, guy, like that kind of thing. Which it's not. It doesn't feel great, And I'm working on it, but I still smoke cigarettes. And I like you smoke cigarettes, you cough sometimes, and I feel like I'm the freaking Antichrist when I cough, and everybody like looks at me like, oh my God. And I'm like, I just want to be like, guy, no, I smoke. I'm a smoker. But it doesn't, people are on edge, and I think hopefully some time will get people some more information about how to act in public and whatnot. So what are you doing now? What do you work? Are you working on anything? Or are you trying to stay busy? I know you're not really going out into the world much, based on your plans yesterday.
No, we were doing some work, putting some drywall in yesterday, but then today we had the thought of doing that, but we ended up not doing that. So we're watching a little bit of TV and stuff. It's kind of weird. It's the first time we've done that, and just wasted time in a day. So anyway, that's what we did.
I was right there with you. Like I was up early again today, like because I've been getting up super early, and it was like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm gonna do to pass all these hours. I'm over here. We had our call-in staff meeting. We did like a webcam meeting for the Planet Ant staff meeting today, which was nice. But we're all catching up on our emails, and sadly we have a ton of refunds and stuff to process and show cancellations to figure out, which sucks. But that's it's a small mountain of work, but I mean, even that, it's like how, I'm gonna be done with that tomorrow. Hopefully, what am I gonna do for these next few weeks? I don't know. Are you still how's I guess you're self quarantining a little bit heavier than most because of my niece, your granddaughter. So you guys, how are they doing? And
They're good. I mean, she had the flu, and she's better now, and so that's good to see because she was really struggling because she's 2 and didn't. That was the first time she's been sick, so it was just a regular flu, but she didn't know how to handle that because it was something she had never experienced before. So it's kind of interesting to see that happen.
She's
but,
like 2.5 now, right? About 2.5, right?
No, my battery didn't start. I was working on that, switching battery from one car to the other, which is kind of a weird thought if you think about. That's what people did back in the day when you didn't have stuff because you didn't, I guess, maybe during a war or something like that, you didn't have the ability to buy repair parts and things. So I wasn't going to go to the store to get a battery, so I switched from one car to the other.
Nice.
But anyway, the neighbor down the street started coming up and talking to me, a couple feet away, and I'm like trying to stay away from the guy, and he didn't seem to be caring. I said, what do you think about this, coronavirus thing? Is that's just a bunch of hogwash kind of thing. I'm like, I didn't want him to come too close to me, so that was a little weird. But so that was kind of the day today.
Is there can you think of anything in your lifetime that's comparable to this or similar?
No, not in my lifetime. I nothing. I mean, people go back to the financial crisis in 2008 and stuff, and this is completely different and much worse, I think.
Yeah.
So this is, to me, I think of times before I was born. I got to think about probably that's what people were thinking in World War II and those time frames.
Right. Back
in the war days. That's the only thing that I can even think is comparable, where you would have limits of things and where you were kind of quarantined, where you. So this is definitely historic. That's for sure.
Yeah. So in your mind, what is the best case outcome that happens? What do you think if people behave right and do the right thing? What do you think comes out of this?
I that's the thing. I'm a pretty, I'm an accountant by trade, so I kind of am a numbers guy. I like to try to figure things out, try to analyze it. This is something that's just very difficult to try to make anything out of. How long can it go on? What can really come about? How do the businesses, how do the people get their lives back together? It's really a mystery, in a sense. There's pretty much, you just kind of look at, I guess, the other countries and what they're doing, what they're going through, and it's not good. It's not good in Italy. It's not good in Europe anywhere. Even China, which they're saying is starting to flatten out a little bit, but who really knows how that's going? So there's nothing to really compare it to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's and as the science behind COVID-19 starts to develop a little further, maybe we'll get a little bit of a better picture. But I mean, it seems like I was reading some stuff today, and I was talking to Mike McGettigan, who he is radicalized by this now, in the best possible way. But he was talking about how it seems to be flattening out in China, and it seems to be the infection rates in Italy seem to be maybe going in a better direction than they were yesterday. But I mean, it was like something like 400 people died in Italy yesterday, which is insane to me. But I'm a little bit optimistic because while there are a lot of people seemingly ignoring the suggestions in the science, I think that there are also a lot of people taking this very seriously, which is promising because it's difficult for me to picture the vast majority of society doing the right thing in this moment. I'm a little bit surprised that people are taking it as seriously as they are. But I think that it's up to, those of us who have any amount of platform in the community to continue to encourage people to do the right things. So that's one of the reasons we're here doing this today. On top of for the purpose of maybe providing a little entertainment in these folks' days.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off the phone.
Well,
and let the entertainers call.
yeah, thank you for calling. That's what this is for.
Right.
Yeah, everybody. That's my dad, Ken Shelton.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I love you. So that for those of you who don't know, my dad was one of the founders of Planet Ant Coffee Shop in 1993. You guys missed an opportunity to ask him early 90s Planet Ant questions, but if you got any, I will happily ask him and then report back to you about that. The phone lines are open again. Again, we can do whatever. We can do improv games. We can you can ask me questions. We can talk about what's going to happen in the coming weeks at Planet Ant. You can ask me questions about myself. We can have a conversation about something going on in your life. If you have some type of issue going on that you want some advice on, I'd be happy to give it. I don't know that I'm qualified, but I'm here and I got an open phone line. Adam says, last week I walked into an elementary school I worked at and had a coughing fit. Got a lot of bad looks. Yeah, buddy, I can hear you on that one. I the same way. Anywhere I go, I haven't been going out very much, and it's just stop to get this thing at the store or whatever, or run to the hall to check in or go to my office for a second. But yeah, I mean, I really, it is not a good feeling to cough an honest cough and see what happens. Hey, we got another call. Let's see who it is. Hey, caller, you are on the air. Who do we got?
Hello, this is Steve-O.
Steve-O, how's it going, Steve-O?
I am doing well as I could be.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you. I saw you posting on Facebook today a little bit. You feeling the lonelies as well, aren't you, bud?
Yeah, like I said, it's been kind of lonely for the last few days. Like I said, usually I'm the usual social butterfly in this darn town, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going to gigs, shows, and all that.
Right.
But, dude, the last few days, I got to say, 2 words, whiplash.
Yeah. I mean, you're somebody who's, similar to those of us who work at Planet A. I mean, your life revolves around the events and the gigs and the sports and the music. How are you approaching this?
I am approaching it day by day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll tell a few stories because back on Wednesday, I went to a state high school playoff basketball game at Martin Luther King High School featuring my Hampshire Cosmos, which public disclosure, I am the public address announcer for the team. And then what hit me home is when I was taking a connecting bus where Martin Luther King, which is not that far from the city clubhouse, the clubhouse for Detroit City football team, I thought my bus driver wore a mask.
Yeah. How'd that
I would never thought I would see the day that my bus driver wear a mask. I have seen countless video over years like SARS or MRSA or the swine flu, everybody wearing those masks overseas. And I'm seeing it in person in my home state of Detroit.
Yeah, it's intimidating. I mean, it's I think I would rather people be safe than sorry for sure, but it's definitely a little bit jarring to see people really kind of bunkered down and trying to protect themselves. I think it's good.
And then the whole domino effect happened when I was following social media with Rudy Gobert, the player for the Utah Jazz, who was tested for COVID-19, and then all the dominoes happening. NBA canceled the season, all sports season canceled the season. It was a domino effect, and I have to say, it was whiplash.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. As early as a week ago, we were having a conversation. Mikey Brown and Sean Hanlon and I about what we were going to do at Planet Ant, and even then it was like we're not going to close. We're Planet Ant. We're not going to close, and and it's just everything seemed to happen so fast, and it got to the point where it's more.
Yeah,
it's about
well,
more.
It got to the point on Thursday when almost every gig venue was closed except for the Best Coast show at the El Club.
Right.
And El Club posted something on their Facebook saying, well, we will still be open. We'll still be open in entertainment. And I'm saying, I'll still say in the good place sense, I'm a big fan of that show. What the fork? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm just saying, and then I went on my Facebook page, I'm saying, El Club, really? You're still going to put on the show?
Yeah.
Not knowing if any one of the 300 people want to see Best Coast. I love Best Coast. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a really good band.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm not going to stack my own personal safety going to that show.
Yeah.
It's just, and then I have to do keep Orman style. Get to the show. That's until Whitmer said 250. That's it. Which now recently has been curtailed to follow the CDC, Center for Disease Control, guideline to 50, which is really good because honestly, you know what I mean?
I think today the White House said 10. They said keep it under 10 people, which is pretty. I mean, that's a pretty drastic shift from the positions they had a few days ago. I think you would hope for some more confidence at that level of government, but hey, I guess.
Well, President sort of messed up the whole thing from the address to the presser. It's just like, oh my God. And thank God for our own governor, Gretchen Whitmer, who's been doing a fabulous job. That dude, this is so serious.
Yeah. I mean, and I think like so many other things, we want help at the top level, but I think what I've come to learn in my life is we have a lot more responsibility here, and also a lot more power than we think we do. I think that those of us who, like I said before, those of us who do have any type of platform to lead, I think it's our responsibility to do that, because especially now it seems like more often than not, the message from the top levels are confusing at best. So that's my 2 cents on that. Not that I want to get too deep in a political rant or anything. I just think that
please don't do that.
I just think that it's important. I think it's important.
And also, I'm doing my part. I'm keeping busy from watching all shows left over on my DVR to shows the Comcast lifted the cap. Incidentally, last night I saw the episode of Documentary Now featuring our own Timmy Robinson, who did a really great thing, donate to the end.
Yeah, he did.
In time.
Yeah.
By the way, any given Saturday, it's a spoof of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which have to do with bowling. And they did a really good job on that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic show. And then, you mentioned Tim, you mentioned Timmy, and it goes without saying we are super grateful for his support. And also
I know, and I
the
hope
morale boost.
And I hope we get to from more of the people who used to be in the act are big stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Mary Beth and Keegan and Mark Evan Jackson, also Mark Warzeka as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I know that they're all talking, and I think that I think that I know that they're thinking about us in this community. I know that for a fact.
I know, and also thinking about. Sorry to talk you out of turn. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But also hunkering down themselves. I'm just trying to keep my distance from my own family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't want to,
Yeah.
And I'm wondering of all the other senior people we know and love really well, and also the some who have gone through TransPad, going to chemo and all that. It's just been it's a sigh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's scary, but you're doing the right thing, buddy.
I know.
I think. You mind if I open the lines up for some other callers?
I was about to get off, by the way. Dad, and what's been the story on my end? Thank you very much for accepting my call and telling what's going down.
Of course. Anytime I'm doing this, I will be happy to talk to you. It's always great to hear your voice, and I'm glad you're doing all right. Stay strong.
I'm always talking to it, by the way.
Yeah. I know it's tough and it's lonely, but we're all here for each other. So it's good to hear from you.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care.
See ya. That's Culture Cities. Steve-O, everybody, calling in and giving us an update on his front. Yeah. Hey, chat. You guys have anything you want to talk? Oh, I got another call right away. Hello, caller. You are here live on the Planet Ant stream. Who do we have?
Hey, Darren. It's H. John.
Oh, it's everybody. It's H. John Benjamin.
Hey, guys.
Oh, yeah. What? Go ahead, talk. Go ahead. I don't believe it.
Yeah, no, I saw Tim post about this. I wanted to reach out and support.
So that's pretty exciting. You were how are you dealing with COVID-19 and the scare, Mr. H. John Benjamin?
Yeah, we're well.
I can't not hear Bob. I can't not hear Bob from Bob's Burgers.
See, and that's what's nice. I can record my voice from home, as you know. So I'm privileged. I can work from home like that.
Yeah, and can you give me an update on Archer? Is anything exciting happening in future seasons?
Well, we just wrapped doing voices for Archer, and yeah, Darren. I don't want to give it away, but
yeah,
it's what we did in space.
Right.
This one we're taking over the executive branch of the U.S.
So you're doing like a West Wing
political thing? It's like a West Wing political Archer.
Did you get Aaron Sorkin on board for this, or is it just?
He actually wouldn't sign off.
He wouldn't sign off. So it's a parody strong season.
Very parody. Does not resemble any other fictional or real life characters.
What so how's the pandemic? How's it affecting your life?
I just don't get out as much anymore.
Do you get out a lot normally?
I like to walk the parks. Yeah.
Do you you strike me as somebody who would feed birds at a park? Am I right in assuming that?
Yeah, I've done that since I was a little boy.
Did you sound like this as a little boy?
My voice hasn't changed. You don't want to hear a baby cry in this voice.
No, I don't. I'm intimidated by that idea. That idea terrifies me. It's gonna haunt my dreams.
My father's still scared of me. Yeah.
Wow. Well, so is this, do you think it's as serious as people are saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think people need to take it seriously. Last time this happened, it was pretty bad. It was a couple years ago.
What was the last time?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of diseases out there. To be honest, I lied about getting out much. I'd never leave my house.
Yeah, you never leave your house at all. Do you have?
At this point, I'm going to give you an exclusive here.
Okay,
Darren.
I'm ready for it.
There is no H. John Benjamin. It's just the voice.
It's just the voice.
This is existing within the wiring of everything that you.
That's how you do
with.
So many different shows. You just are a voice.
It's easy to be a lot of places at once.
So are you like omnipotent and ever present? Is that what's going on, or is it like are you confined to one electrical zone at a time, or something like that?
It's a single wire.
It's a single
really
wire.
long wire.
You're just one. So H. John Benjamin is just one really long wire.
I don't know more. I'm like a guy that I'm like a guy that reads a lot. That's about how much I would know.
Oh.
Put me on that scale.
Okay, that
makes
sense.
So not like a god or anything.
Right. So does your existence does this take you to some existential places when you? I mean, I'm assuming you kind of electrically sit back and think every once in a while. Do you ever have any existential crises that go on and thinking about what your identity is?
I'd like to feel the wind on my face just once.
You'd like
to
feel? Oh my God, this is so. That's
before
a good turn. Before it all burns down. Oh my God. Well, at least you don't have to worry about. I'm assuming that you kind of just have the quarantine self distance thing kind of built in, right?
Well, we are subject to viruses, but yeah, not that kind.
Is there other famous character
I misspoke.
voices?
I
You
misspoke.
okay.
There's no
All right.
one else. Don't look into that.
I won't.
Don't worry about
I
that.
won't look into it. I trust you. Wow. Well, do you have any hey, chat? Do you have any questions for the voice of H. Sean Benjamin? If you do, let me know. So
Yeah, happy
Sean
happy to answer.
McGettigan wants to know if you are only a voice, whose face is that in the Arby's ads?
That's a guy they got. He's out of Kansas, I think.
There's a guy out of
And
Kansas, Sean.
We sync up. He moves his mouth. My voice comes out.
Oh wow! So Sean, there you go. It's he's a stand-in. He's just a face actor with apparently. Oh, we have a shout out to Dr. Katz, which you were not Dr. Katz. You were the son. Correct?
Yeah, great show.
So I
Great
believe
show.
then Ellen is shouting out the show Dr.
Louis
Katz, and you are you're Louis Katz. Is that correct?
That's the other voice.
That's the other
That's
voice.
the other voice. Out there.
Yeah. Oh, and then Adam Fuller wants to know. Then it was the same stand-in in the Dimitri Martin show, then, right? So it's really just expert voice syncing is what's happening here.
Absolutely.
So they plug you
They
plug you just directly into a board, and then you just go for it, and you create, this vocal butter that it's smooth. That voice is smooth. You got a smooth voice.
Oh, thanks, Darren. That's natural. This is what comes out of computers. This is the natural progression of what's inside computers.
All right. Wow. Well, do you have any parting words for the chat here? We got a handful of people paying attention right now.
Thanks for doing what you do, and Bob's Burgers this fall, it's coming back. Watch that.
Yeah. I will.
All right. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. Goodbye. Wow, we had the voice of H. Sean Benjamin, who is apparently just a disembodied voice that is well synced to a character stand-in from Kansas, out of Kansas. So there you go. You're learning secrets of the adult cartoon industry right here. Shout out from Majority Report intro voiceover. Yeah, shout out to that. Danielle Rosenei's here. Ellen's here. Adam's here. Sean McGettigan's here. Hey, everybody. Anybody want to play a game? If you call in, I want to play a game where you do a monologue and I will act it out right here. I guess it's an improv game. I'm missing improv in my life. Or we could do a game of alphabet where we trade lines and we have to start with the next letter in the alphabet. We could try that out if anybody's down. We got a call, so let's see who we got. Hey, caller, you are on Planet Ants live call-in stream. Who are you?
Oh, Ellen here. Let me mute my
Ellen!
TV.
Yay! You're back. You hung up on us yesterday at Homerphilia.
What?
Did you get disconnected or did you hang up on us?
Oh, no, I got disconnected. I might have hit something with my ear because my cat was meowing through the door, and I wanted to put him on the phone because I thought it'd be cute.
It would have been cute.
And then you guys were gone.
Oh, well.
I
well,
got
I'm
my
sorry.
not meowing cat.
I'm glad that you're back.
I frantically went to the chat just to assure the fans that I was not a hater of the show and that I did not hang up.
Good. What how are you doing today?
Well, I'll have an okay day. I did 30 minutes of a dance cardio video, so
yeah,
I'm trying to get really ripped at the end of this 3 weeks.
That's a good approach, but you're staying in, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was talking to Jason a little bit ago, and I believe that we're going to Skype together to do a stream tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, I got nothing going on.
Yeah, so I think that friends here, I think we're going to be doing what's it called again? I'm sorry, I totally blanked.
Jason's new.
Yeah.
He calls it the AI Police Department.
The AI Police Department, which is
but it has nothing to do with the police. Don't worry.
Right, it's like it's kind of a general.
The police, but
it's
he just likes the name.
Right, but it's an AI generated adventure, correct? In which we will all be a character.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I listened to the few that Jason sent me, and they're a lot of fun. You guys had, who'd you have on the first one? Was Tony Augusti was part of it? I think.
Well, right now it's just Jason's thing. I'm not doing anything with it.
Oh.
I might wrap a cable or two, but yeah, it's him, John Miller, Jim Harper, and Tony Augusti.
Oh, cool. Well, I
I
think maybe I'm artificially announcing something that I'm not sure, but I was talking to Jason briefly because like so many other people, Jason and you yourself, you guys have volunteered what technological skills you have to help us with some live stream stuff and some programming, and we're so grateful. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna Discord and Skype in or whatever the hell it is, and do some type of show stream tomorrow. So people in the stream, stay tuned for that. But Ellen,
nice.
what
I will.
what's going on with you?
Well, you said you needed someone to do a monologue, and you'd act out that monologue.
Oh, you want me to act out your monologue? All right. Hey.
I have a really bad, infamous improv problem where I monologue too much on stage.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
perfect.
All right. Do you want me to get a suggestion from the chat? Or do you want to just go? Okay, chat, can you give us a suggestion for a monologue? Just, one-word suggestions. I'll pick one that's good. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for this, there's a little bit of delay here. Are you taking has anything surprised you about this self-distancing stuff? Is there anything that's harder than you thought? Oh, Danielle Rose and I suggests pizza rolls. So you can field this question, or you can go right into the monologue. So I'm acting out your monologue. This is what's going on.
All right. Well, you know what? I was about to give you a heavy answer.
Go ahead, and then we'll do some comedy after that.
Monologue. Let's see. All right. I think I'll go right into the monologue. I'm gonna.
You want to
do the character?
Do a monologue?
I think yes.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna put the microphone down, and I'm going to try to follow your words with my actions and my hands. I'm still seated, obviously, so hey, everybody, we take you to an improvised monologue about pizza rolls by Ellen Stakowitz.
She walked over to the kitchen, opened up the refrigerator, specifically the part that was the freezer. Why can't I just like myself? No, why am I thinking this deeply? Okay, it's just 4 pizza rolls, right? That's a serving size. I'll just stick with the one. No, who has just one serving size? Why can't I just accept myself? Slapping myself. Get a hold of yourself. You don't need self-love. You didn't need love from him. You don't need love for yourself either. No. This can't be. Please, wait. Just shoving cold pizza roll into my mouth after mouth as I wipe away tears. This is just, this is too much for one soul to bear. I must see my reflection in the kitchen water. I must wipe away my tears. And with that, I will enjoy. There's no pizza rolls left. I ate them all frozen. Oh, darn. I don't know. Scene, clap, everybody. Wow.
Scene,
I'm dealing with a lot of problems.
And we did it. No, that was great. I think we killed it. Hey, what did you guys think, chat? How was our improvised monologue about pizza rolls?
No, I projected a lot of the issues I've been having with food and bored eating.
Hey, you know what though? Honestly, I'm gonna bridge this with some real fucking stuff. I agree. We put so much of our. I don't think people realize this is how we deal with our shit. Everybody, this is how us crazy fucking improvisers deal with it. We play with it on stage. We do things that are super self-aware. We take a look at ourselves by way of the characters we play, and it really helps us. And it's difficult, everybody. It's difficult for all of us. Ellen, it's difficult for you, right? This kind of sucks. And I'm glad that we can do stuff like this. And if anybody's watching that isn't necessarily an improviser, this is very difficult for those of us who spend a lot of time on stage, and I don't think we even realize how much of a value that is until now, when it's not there, because for 26 years straight it has been, which is insane. I know, I'm not trying to get super dark. I'm just I think it's important to share what's going on with our friends, you know. And
No,
I
I agree. Well, thanks for letting me tune in. I know you got other callers to get to.
Well, Adam Fuller says,
Okay.
I like how Ellen slowly turned into Bobby Brown Eminem, says Alex.
No, did I? Oh,
I don't know.
well,
Did you? Alex says so.
she's. I mean, I guess.
Oh, we got a couple.
Yeah.
We got an Ellen Rocks from Bergman's. We got a Yay, that was amazing from Graham. We got an Ellen, you're
What?
amazing from Chris Jarvis. We got a clap from
thanks.
Adam Fuller. We got a fantastic
Oh,
from
what?
Danielle. We got 3 claps from
Oh.
Shane.
Stop, please.
oh,
my God.
Alex is clarifying that Bobby Brown comment was meant in the best way. So
No,
there
it
you go.
wasn't a good way, but it made me sad that for
Yeah.
now that I got to say goodbye to that character of that show. And I tried doing a live stream big, but it was hard without the cast.
You know what? I have a hard time believing that we've seen the last of Glamway. So we will figure this out. You know, I
know you guys will. I know, but
I want to tell you that, like, I can't even express how impressed I was with that show. We were dying, and I had the pleasure of watching it with Devin and Chris Ford and Mike Boone and Bergman's and it was and Jared and it was a great group of people to watch a fucking hilarious show with. You guys killed it.
Well, thank you for appreciating that humor. And just, I know some of the cast is watching. I love them and I miss them. And I know they all put their bodies through a lot of pain for that show.
Yeah.
And I just hope it was worth it. And,
I
that's
think
all.
that it's,
Thank you.
I think it's important. And I think that it's, from the heart, it is awesome to see you continue to grow as a performer.
Oh, well, thanks, Darren.
And,
I'm going to go cry now.
and not just a performer and a writer. And a creator.
Yeah.
Fuck, right? That's great.
I'm trying to do that over the next couple weeks.
Well, don't slow down. You got some good stuff. So I'm glad that we had a part to play in it.
Oh, I'm going to go cry. Yeah. I might, really.
That's fine. If you got to cry, you got to cry. Just wash your hands.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you soon.
Well, thank you, Alan, for calling in. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I think, if I understand correctly, I will be Skyping in to do something with you guys tomorrow. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Love you, Alan.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Alan Stakowitz, everybody. Did anybody in the chat see Glamway? What do you guys think? I died. I died laughing in that show. I really did. I thought it was hilarious, start to finish. Yeah. So that's. Oh, we got another call. Hang on. Hello, caller. You are on the Planet Ant Live call-in stream. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, it's Alex.
Alex. No way. Alex.
Hi.
Alex of Alex Knows It All fame and
It's
others.
Alex knows it all. Here
And
I
other
am.
things. Alex, how I watched Meltdown Island today, so I was spoiled. I got to see you on a show already today.
Yes, we were on Meltdown Island.
I can't even express, like, again, I was sitting here today trying to figure out what to do. I got mountains of work to catch up on and stuff and to figure out here, but I can't even explain to you how much joy and happiness it brought me to figuratively be in the same room as you guys during that. It was really helpful.
Oh, that's great. I have to turn down the TV in my house.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I can hear both, and it's so confusing.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's confusing. It's good.
There we go.
Conflicting. So
I just wanted to come on, though, to say that with Ellen, I want to talk about her and how amazing she is.
Yeah.
Because I saw every rehearsal with Ellen, and that character is insane.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's an insane
she
character.
throws herself across the room the whole time, and she would do that in every single rehearsal. That bitch would be rolling around on the floor.
Yeah. I mean,
She
she's
put
not
herself through
she's
it.
not one for a limited commitment. I will tell you that right now. She
No.
she dives in, and that character was made for Ellen. I was just like, how I wanted a word count at the end. I really did. I think I said that to Devin Rose and I after the show. I would love to see a word count of how many words Ellen said. And it didn't feel,
was insane.
but it didn't even. It did, like sometimes when there's like it didn't feel unbalanced is the beauty of it, which is one of the things I really loved about that show, that you had all of these really interesting characters, and you
totally
had I think that what she did that was really cool was Bobby's character, Bobby, right?
Yeah, Bobby Brown Eminem.
Bobby Brown Eminem, while being
Bobby Brown Eminem.
while being the wordiest, essentially being the bullshit artist a little bit. Somebody like Miles' character still communicated a ton. What Ellen did really well, and I think that there's something to be said about everybody's impact on this, is every character was able to say so much without having to say. Have balanced dialogue in terms of word count, which kind of blew me away in that show.
Because when I first read the script, I was concerned. I was worried.
Right.
And I believe in Ellen 100%. And when she asked me, I'm like, girl, I will walk through the fire for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything, I will do it. But I was worried because I'm like, there's a lot of different levels of dialogue here. And
so much.
She casted the whole thing.
Yep.
And I was blown away with how good everybody did at making their characters so known, even though they weren't talking a lot.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was. I mean, even Molly's character that was asleep half the time was so present.
Oh,
you know
I
what I
know.
mean? And it's remarkable when you can make a character that's literally sleeping on the couch such a presence at the same time.
Totally.
And it was a really good show. I loved it.
I've gotten to work on a lot of shows recently.
Yeah.
Learning from Mike and ADing with him. But Glamway, no offense, other shows, Glamway was so much fun to work on.
Yeah.
And I learned so much because that show's just like bananas.
Yeah. It was a ton of fun, and I think it really. And Adam's bringing up the fact that the soundtrack, it was a great soundtrack. I agree with you on that.
Oh, I know.
Alex, how are you dealing with all this? How are you dealing with all this stuff?
I am panicking, but I have gone to the grocery store multiple times today. I've been to 3 grocery stores because I found out that I am I'm a nester.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm stocking up on rice and dry goods.
That's good. Did you get like a big bag of rice? I saw a lot of people were talking about going to.
There was going where?
Just going to the different local markets and getting those big burlap bags of rice and stuff, which seems like a smart choice.
I went to 3 local markets today.
Yeah.
I went to Ferndale Foods, I went to Western Market, and I went to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's was closed and they wouldn't let me in.
Wow.
I know. But the other 2 were out of big bags of rice, and I could only get small bags of rice.
Oh, but you did get your rice though?
I did.
That's good. I wish I had more food than I do at my house right now. I also I live alone. I have stocked up on cat food for my cats. I have.
Oh yeah, you have like 4 cats, right?
I have 3 cats now.
3 cats.
Yeah, but they are actually. I think one of them's kind of in the frame. I can turn the camera a tiny bit. Do you see that? There's a cat right behind me. Actually, I didn't even realize.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's Ghost, the little bar cat.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, kitty. Yeah, there's
Look
the cat
at
saying
that.
hi. That's a full-grown cat. It's just tiny. It's now.
Oh,
like
we love that.
I think it's like 3 years old now, 2.5 years old or something like that. But it's got if it stands up, you'll see its little shaved belly because it just had surgery.
I'm obsessed with that cat.
Yeah, it's a good cat. She's annoyed that she can't sit on my lap because this couch that I'm on right now is often my we'll call it my decompressing couch, where after a long day I'll lay here and this cat automatically knows he's gonna lay there for a while.
Are the other 2 cats not quite as wanting to lay down with you as that cat?
The other ones they play hard to get. They don't telegraph it.
Yeah, totally.
They'll
totally.
if I'm not paying attention, they'll like, they'll creep up and like sleep between my ankles or something like that. But this one is just shameless. This one will straight up like it'll if I'm sitting up like this, it will often like just crawl up my back and try and lay on my shoulder.
I feel kind of bad talking about it like it's not in the room.
Oh, she's fine.
You know?
She's spoiled. she has a lot of freedom and influence on what happens in this household. So I don't think that there's any reason to feel bad about this kitty. She's got a good life.
Good.
She got a good life. She got people that love her.
We have 2 dogs at home, and they're fat and spoiled, so I get it.
It's funny because this cat is not fat, but this cat, I think it's the newer addition to the family. The other 2 are okay. So here, I don't know if I've told you this story about how I got my cats. I am not somebody who ever wanted cats. I never really wanted pets in general.
That doesn't surprise me.
Right. Well, it's because I mean, I work a lot. I'm not often at my house. I guess cats are probably the only animal I could have. But it was about 4 years ago now. I was living at my old house. It was one of those times there were really bad floods going on.
Oh yeah.
And I went out on my porch to smoke a cigarette, and there was like a little rustle in the bush next to my porch, and I thought, oh, that was weird. And then I kept smoking, and then it rustled again, and I was like, okay, there's something there. And I moved like the bush aside a little bit, and there was a mom cat and like a freshly born baby cat in a freaking puddle that was just getting bigger and bigger. And so I know. So like any real human being in the world would have done, I let them in my house.
Yeah, get that cat out of that puddle.
Exactly. So I took the mom and the baby in my house. I went to the vet and I got like, baby cat stuff and all this stuff. And they stayed in my house for like a week or whatever until they were seemingly okay. And then I tried to let them go back outside because, and they would not leave my porch. And then,
of course not, because you're their papa now.
Right. And then they not only would they not leave my porch, they started sprinting in the door whenever I would leave or come home. So I just decided, okay, I have 2 cats now.
So 2 of your cats are mommy and baby.
Yes, and then this one's the new one. This one is the one that was it was found in the community garden next to the bar. There was there were some nice people there who brought this cat into the bar, and they gave it like milk, and it was this new baby cat, and they were like, hey, we'll be back tomorrow to pick up this cat, right? And
they never picked it up?
They never came back, and we kept the cat in the bar for like 12 days or something like that, and then it was
for
just
some reason I heard that story, but for some reason I thought that was HP.
No, it's me, and we it was to the point where it was like, okay, we can't treat this cat like a we can't spoil this cat for 12 days of its life and then put it back outside. So I just took it to my house, and it's been here ever since. So that's this one.
Oh.
The other one's actually it's on the ground over here. You can't see it. I'm not gonna try and turn the camera. But I infamously I never named my cats per se. So I have.
So the cat has no name?
Well, they all have names. They're just not names. They have names. They like so now. The mom cat is just Mama. Baby cat. The original baby cat is Baby, and then this one is Tiny. So Mama, Baby,
I
Tiny.
like that. So they're more descriptors than names.
It's kind of confusing because Baby Cat is a lot bigger than Tiny Cat, which is confusing.
Oh.
But it was Baby before Tiny existed, so it's an interesting thing. Haley says hi. Hi Haley. Sadie says I love your cat. I love my cat too. Ellen says Ghosty with the mosty. Oh, that is the other name given to this cat, Ghost. So.
Cute. I like it.
Alex Raskov says, "Wow, what a cat." My mom says, "Hey, you, Dad left you a bag of rations there next to your couch." I don't know what that means. You guys left me food on my porch? Is that what you're saying? It's kind of difficult. I'm a little bit quarantining from my parents. Did you know that, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to.
They spend so much time with my niece, who's a baby, and
Yeah. Mhm.
it sucks. But look left. What do
Yeah,
you
I
mean
get
look
that.
left? Did you guys sneak into my house, and how did he even get here? Did anybody see my dad come in? That's hilarious.
Dad walked into your house.
There's a bag of stuff right there. I literally, this is how blind I am to. That's actually my right, mom, because the magics of camera. It's stage right, house left is the theatrical terms. Alex, I'm sorry. I've been talking so much about cats. I didn't mean to go on a tangent over your
Oh no,
time.
I love it. This is the kind of conversation I need in this quarantine. So.
What are you working on? What are you doing? You got some time, right?
Well, we're actually working on getting a live stream of Bruised Fruit up and running.
Oh, really?
Our short film that
are you going to
Chris
do that?
Jarvis and Adam and Zach Jarvis and Abby and the whole Matt Byer, the whole yeah, all those guys. The film that we put together last summer. We want to get a live stream going.
Where are you going to? Are you doing it on Planet Ant, or are you doing it somewhere else?
Yes, we are doing it with Planet Ant.
Is that what you're doing on Friday?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's awesome. If you guys need any help with that, I do know the tech behind it, so I could totally help. But we can.
Yeah,
we'll
have a separate call for that.
Perfect. That's great.
We're gonna get that going.
What time?
Adam and I have been writing some scripts and
working
on stuff.
What time are you guys doing that on Friday? Do you think? Is it 8:00?
Yeah, 8:00.
Oh man, hey world, anybody watching this? If you have not seen Bruised Fruit, it is very, 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 very good, and it's very well made, and it features some of my favorite people in the world.
Thanks.
So anybody who hasn't seen it, you have a chance to see it on a stream. That's unbelievable. That's great.
Yeah,
Alex,
we were bummed because we got into some festivals, and then the festivals got canceled because of virus. So we are glad that we can still share it with all of our pals.
Yeah, I got to be in that briefly as well, and I got to at the.
Yeah, you were in Bruised Fruit. You were the villain.
I was a bad guy. I know. I you know what? I'm not. Somebody had to do it, and I'm glad it was me.
Honestly, that's probably one of the hardest days I've had as an artist. Like one of the hardest scenes to shoot, like to be a part of. I think that was the hardest thing.
I was caught off guard by how emotional it was. Yeah, we're not gonna.
I know.
We're not gonna spoil it,
really
but there's.
didn't think it'd be that way.
We're not gonna spoil it too much, but there's a little bit of a turning point in the plot in which there's a little bit of a hate crime that happens, and in which I was cast as the perpetrator of said crime. But yeah, it's crazy that I don't really say that to spoil things. I just say that because people don't really know what goes into all this stuff and the amount that you guys worked on.
Yeah, it was tough because I'm like,
yeah.
Here's my best friend Sam, who very much could be the victim of something like this, and I just had never seen something like that.
Yeah.
So to see it happening, even though it's like all my friends are here and it's a very controlled thing, it was still just very tough.
Yeah, I had fun fact. Well, not so fun fact. Man, it was a heavy scene to shoot, but I had later that day I was washing my hands and I couldn't get the glitter off of my fist, and it was it was fucked up, man. It was.
Was it hard
heavy.
for you watching the scene back?
I think that there's a testament to Chris Jarvis and the rest of the team, because I think that they did it so beautifully that I think it was done right. I think that it was done well.
Yeah.
I think that there's
a lot of like beautiful film work done in that scene.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important. I think I think that there is a tendency that people have to try to take heavy moments and kind of dumb them down or water them down with a level of comedy. And I think that really hurts those moments. And I think that
totally.
I think that Chris did a great job of knowing that scene is supposed to be heavy and it's supposed to hit hard and it should not be watered down. I think it was
Yeah.
well done. I think the pacing of it was well done. I mean, I think the pacing of this entire short was unbelievable. I think there's a lot of like, static imagery breaking things up that was, beautifully done.
Thank you.
But I think that the pacing and the filmography behind it, I am not I'm not just saying I liked it because I have friends involved in it. I really think that it's a special short. So anybody who's
Thank
here
you.
who hasn't
Well,
seen it, check it out Friday
yeah.
at 8:00 on this very
Yes.
stream.
Yes.
Do you have?
So then you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah. And then come back and then look at this talk we just had about it, and then comment your opinions.
Yes. Well, I will let you go so we can get someone else on the phone.
Right.
Okay.
I'm glad that you called. It's great to talk to you. I get to watch you on a podcast, and I get to hear you on this. That's awesome.
I know. I miss everybody so much.
Oh,
it's
Adam,
so good that this is what you're doing.
Adam says that also on Friday we'll be teasing two new films during that time as well. So I'm excited to find out.
Yes,
what
we
that
will.
means.
We will be teasing 2 new films. Adam, is one of them yours? One of them is a film that Adam wrote.
Oh,
so I'm
really?
super proud of him for that. Yeah, it's called Scam Likely.
I've been seeing the little
Featuring
social
Nick
media.
Latimer, Mike McGettigan.
Ooh, I love a Nick.
And
I love a
Cindy
Mike
Dion.
McGettigan.
Do you know Cindy Dion?
I know of Cindy Dion.
Cindy Dion. She did Versus 2 years in a row. She's a stand-up. She is Scott Sanford's aunt.
Is she related
Dustin
to
Gardner's
to
mother-in-law.
Jill? Yeah, so she's related to Jill.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jill's mom.
Oh yeah, yes, I do know who that is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's in the film too.
Really? Oh, that's a killer cast right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool film.
Well, what's that called again?
So look out for that.
What
It's called Scam Likely.
Scam Likely? That's incredibly exciting. And if anybody here is wondering what they can do to stay creative or to occupy their brain, you got any advice for them?
Just keep writing, keep working. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or Adam. We love to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just keep it going. Find people who want to talk to you about it, because all of us are screwed over.
Yeah.
And quarantine in our homes. So now's the time.
Well, Alex,
don't be afraid to reach out.
I appreciate your call. I love, you know me. I'll talk about art for hours. So thanks for letting me talk about that with you.
Of course.
Thank you for
Tell
the call.
your cats I say hi.
I will. Hey, cats. Alex says hi. This one. I was gonna say it's cute. Oh, look at that. Oh man, what a cute cat. Well, thanks, Alex. I'll talk to you again soon. We'll figure out the stream stuff and we'll touch base.
Bye,
and
Darren.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
Alex Mites, everybody. My other computer. I'm going off 2 computers right now, so that's a little cheat into the mind. I have one computer's running the phone over here, and then one computer is running the stream. It's not completely necessary to do it that way, but it was the easiest possible thing. So that's how we're doing it. But my point is my computer locked, and I unlocked it. We do have an open line right now if anybody wants to talk. I am very glad that this cat is behind me. It's a cute cat. We are sitting here streaming from my living room. I had said that I will stick around until people stop calling. I'm here. I'm here for you. The lines are open. The number's 313-365-4948. Anybody watching, if you do have, I don't, I know Planet Ant asks for money a ton. We're a nonprofit, and fundraisers and small donations are a huge part of our revenue. I'm not expecting there to be a mass stream of donations because I think everybody's as worried at an individual level right now as we are at an organizational level. We're exploring emergency funding grants. We are looking for sponsors at different levels and things like that. So if anybody has any insider connections that might benefit that, it would be huge if you reach out. You can send me an email at any time. It's Darren@planetant.com. And if by some crazy stretch of the imagination you got $5 or $10 that you want to give, there is a link in the description here. We are closed. We're shut down until further notice. We're still paying our employees. We're still working on stuff behind the scenes. And we did get a little bit of support from Sam and Tim and Jamie, which is great, and we appreciate that completely. But we are going to need more support, frankly. And I'm going to be working tirelessly to figure this out with myself and Andy Maziar, our director of development. We already have the gears rolling, trying to figure out how the hell we're going to do this. And we'll figure it out. And I know we'll figure it out because that's what we do. That's what we do here. We have a legacy to live up to. There were plenty of people who built this place before us with some pretty incredible odds that they overcame. And we will do you all justice, people who came before us, for the people who will come after us. So that's where we are at. Chris, I mean all the kind words that I said. Alex knows it all. We'll be performing beforehand on the stream on Friday also. Chat, you guys got anything else you want to talk about? We've been at it for about a minute and 35 seconds. We've been at it for about an hour and 35 minutes right now. And we got 20 people watching right now. Man, somebody call in. Let's play a game of Alphabet. Let's just do a 2-person scene in which we have a conversation, each line of dialogue starting with the next letter of the alphabet. If anybody's interested in playing, you can call that number 313-365-4948. I'll talk forever if you guys let me. I live alone. I live alone over here in River Rouge, which is, about 15 minutes south of Hamtramck. I split my time between here and there. But I live by myself with my 3 cats. And I feel for everybody else who lives alone right now, man. It's pretty difficult to want to remain responsible and to stay home, and to to kind of push away that urge to go out and socialize. I mean, there are so many of us that we prefer living alone, but that's kind of due to the fact that we can go out and spend time with our friends and in our community. It really kind of balances that wanting to stay alone, But right now, it can get pretty bleak. I can get in my own head a lot. An hour feels a lot longer than an hour right now. But I just want you all to know that, hey, I'm here. If you're feeling lonely, reach out. You can reach out to me on Facebook or on Instagram or on my email, and I'd be happy to talk to any of you. If you got a script or something you're working on and you want to talk about the plot or the characters or development or anything like that, let me know. If you got a event you want to plan for the summer or anything, you got a couple jokes you want to try out, you got we're here. We're here, like Alex said, like I said. This community is much stronger than the walls that it exists in. And I think that if there's a takeaway from this, that should be it. It's easy to see things in physical space. But we've worked very hard, all of us, all of you, to build something that goes beyond a physical space. And we'll keep building that. And, for a little while it might look like this. For a little while it might look like calling your friends just to check in. For a little while it might look like being scared of what happens. But, at any given time, there's a whole plethora of choices ahead of you, and you know, your job is to just make the next right choice. And I think, you know, I would advise you that next right choice right now is to kind of hunker down and be safe, play it safe. And anybody that says I stayed home and nothing happened, good. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what we're going for here. If this all blows over and nobody got sick, that's exactly why it will be that way, because people were smart. And I think that there might be some big climactic moments in the coming weeks of turning points in all of this stuff. But even if there's not, you know, I would rather be on the side of history that was safe and responsible and chose the well-being of the most vulnerable in our community over some temporary pleasure of being in a social group. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know what's best for everybody, but I am going to strongly suggest that there is a right thing to do and a wrong thing to do. And I don't think that risking the health and safety of others really is commendable in any way. But I also, you know, I think that being safe and being prepared and you know, limiting falling down that wormhole, that rabbit hole, you know, you don't need to scare yourself. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to drive yourself crazy. Just focus on doing what's right, doing the right, the next right thing. Make stuff, play some music, sing a song, write a poem, start a play. You just open up a notebook and start writing and see what happens. I think some of the best things I've ever written have started that way. Yeah, Sean McGettigan, imagine if this happened in the 90s. What would happen in the 90s, Sean? Do you want to call in and tell us about it? Nicole Levy Hunt, hey, it's good to hear from you. Thank you for doing this. Fear, uncertainty, isolation, and disruption of income can have a severe effect on mental health. Everyone, please do mental health checks on yourself and your loved ones. Yes, do that. I cannot, you know, I have in the last, you know, handful of months, really made my own mental health and mental health check-ins paramount, and I can't even express the value of that. I think it's really easy to put your head down and work on whatever's in front of you, and I think that can be detrimental to your health a little bit. Well, everybody, you know, we're about an hour and 41 minutes in this. Phone lines have been dead for a minute. I'm very happy that so many of you have participated in this. I can't, I know I just said it over and over, but I can't stress enough. Keep your brains active. Make art. Whatever that looks like to you, be creative. Understand that there is a fine line between distance and isolation. And you don't need to isolate yourself. We're all here. Like we said, check back here. We'll be streaming stuff. We'll be trying to figure out creative ways to program interactive things that engage this community in this difficult time. This stream will be pretty active, so I would suggest that you subscribe to it so you can get a notification when we do go live. Definitely the next 4 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we will have 8 o'clock programming live streamed, and we might have things surrounding that as well. We're hoping that we can figure out ways to stream some archival plays and all of this fun stuff. But yeah, just keep your eyes up. Follow us on the social medias. If you got a couple dollars, donate them. But this isn't about that. This is about keeping this community active. Thank you guys for letting me do this, and thanks to everybody who listened. I really do. I love all of you. Please trust that everybody, myself included, and the rest of the team at Fun we are working as hard as we can to figure out how to deal with this situation at an organizational level, but also how we can hit the ground running when it is safe to do so. There's a lot of things that are canceled. There's a lot of things we were really excited about, and we're still excited about them. It sucks, but it's going to happen, and it's going to get better. And when it does, we will be the place that you can all go to again. And we will be a place with open doors to all of the artists who want a place to do their thing. And in the meantime, I would suggest that you do what we're doing, and it's stay safe and hone your craft. Get better at what you do, so that when you have the opportunity to do it again, you're proud of it, and it's where you want it to be. I love you all. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat some food, and I'm gonna relax and maybe hang out with my cats for a minute. Thank you so much for tuning in to this stream, and we will see you again soon. Bye.